Well, hey. I'm feeling a little salty, a little extra salty today. So I'm going to share 5 things in your marketing that SEO won't fix. Now, I promise I'm going to be nice, but I'm going to shoot you straight because a lot of times we want to rely on great SEO or, a great social media strategy or whatever else, when in reality, there's these core marketing things that are NASA whoopee in our business that we need to fix before we expect to see our business take off. So, gonna shoot you straight, give you all the love and some really practical, applicable tips in today's episode. So, bust out that pen and paper. Or maybe just be prepared to look inward, look at your own website and ask yourself, is she talking to me? Because I might be. I'm probably talking to myself at certain points in my business as well. So listen in. We're going to jump right on in today. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing with me, Faith Hannon. Do you want to grow your business with organic marketing and finally feel like you can understand SEO? Are you scouring the internet for how to get more website traffic, SEO for dummies, and how to market on Pinterest? Have you tried to grow your business with SEO and blogging only to get frustrated and quit because it's overwhelming and too time consuming? Been there. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, Jesus lover, copywriter, blogger, wife, wrangler of tiny humans, and barrel racer. And let me tell you, I didn't have time to waste sorting through SEO and keyword strategies that either didn't work or were so over my head I couldn't understand them. I honestly thought that SEO and blogging only worked for people with a PhD in tech jargon and a whole team of employees, until I learned these secrets. Good SEO strategies don't have to be complicated, and creating and marketing great content doesn't have to take more than a couple hours a week total. So pop in those earbuds, slam some coffee, and let's grow your business with simple organic marketing and a healthy dose of biblical encouragement along the way. So some of y'all may have heard this story about little baby Faith. But at one point in my life, I think I was probably like 6 or 7, I had an empty hairspray bottle. I'm pretty sure it was like one of those little travel size ones, like Pantene Pro V or something like that. It was empty, and I had refilled this hairspray bottle with water. And I was in my room by myself, coming up with sales pitches to market this hairspray that wasn't really hairspray anymore. It was a magical potion that fixed all of the things, because I had seen on TV the infomercial guy. I don't remember his name, but he's the one with the beard that sold all of the things. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You've seen his infomercials. Anyway, but I had seen him sell all of these things, right? And all these different things. And so I had in my brain created this magical thing that was going to like cure your wounds and clean everything, and I don't even know what all it did. And I was coming up with sales pitches and, messaging and marketing for this imaginary product before I even knew what the words messaging and marketing meant. So when I tell you that I have marketing in my blood, I'm speaking the truth, okay? But there are things sometimes in our marketing, in our businesses, that they're really core fundamental things that we need to fix. But sometimes we don't want to address those things, and we're like, oh, maybe if I'll just fix my SEO or fix my social media or fix my email strategy. When in reality, it really might be one of these 5 core things that we need to fix that we're hoping SEO fixes that, spoiler alert, it's not going to fix. Now, I actually have another episode number 65, where I talk about before you go gangbusters on SEO, you need to figure out these things. And that episode pairs really well with this episode. So after you listen to this one, go back and listen to episode number 65. But today, we're going to talk about 5 things in your marketing that SEO won't fix. All right. Now, the number one thing that SEO won't fix in your marketing is a less than stellar idea. So I know that when you get a new idea, it's exciting, right? Like you should see the text messages between my husband and I over the course of a week. Like I probably have a new business idea or a new product idea, or hey, somebody needs to invent this, or hey, somebody needs to do this business. Like, man, at least once a month, if not at least once a week. Like maybe a little bit less right now because I'm like neck deep in this business, but I always have something new, a new idea. And I think that that's part of just being an entrepreneur by nature is, we're always seeing solutions and, okay, how could I fix this? Or, oh my goodness, this person has this problem and I could help them with this, right? And that's amazing. But not every idea is a winner. I remember at one point I was like, I'm going to be a starter strategist. And my husband's like, what even is that? Bless him. Y'all, I really do love my husband. He's amazing. He's an amazing business partner. But he's like, what even is a starter strategist, Faith? And I'm like, oh, it's somebody that helps people start stuff. And he's like, start what? And I'm like, well, businesses or their dream or whatever they're trying to start, but they're stuck on it. He's like, that's cool. Why are they going to pay you to do that? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Just because. And I didn't have good answers, right? I didn't have good answers. And as we hashed out this idea, I realized, maybe not the best choice for me. Maybe not the best idea to pursue with everything that I had. And so it's okay. This is me giving you a great big hug, helping you let out a sigh of relief. It's okay if your first idea or even your first business idea is not your best one. It's okay. The secret here is to not get married to your ideas. Okay? Don't place all your identity on your ideas. At the root of everything I do, I am first and foremost a child of God. I'm a daughter of the Most High King. And I want my identity to be firmly rooted in who I am in Christ, so that if I throw out an idea and it turns out to be dumb, like D-U-M dumb, like I purposefully misspelled that, Mom, don't worry. If this idea turns out to be real dumb, it doesn't feel like an assault on my character, who I am, if somebody's like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sometimes you've got to throw out a lot of subpar ideas and hash them out and talk them out with a friend or a family member or a business buddy who loves you for who you are. Sometimes you have to throw out a lot of subpar ideas before you get to a really great thing. And that's the beauty of community. That's the beauty of having people around you that love you enough to tell you the truth in love, so that you're not like the pants on the ground guy who probably really did think he could sing, right? Bless him. Nobody ever bothered to tell him he couldn't really sing, right? Like all of those lovely American Idol contestants that we love to watch in the tryouts that can't carry a tune in a bucket. Bless them. Nobody ever told them, hey, that's not the best idea, right? We need people in our corner who are going to be like, maybe not. Maybe that's not your color, sweetie. Okay, so thing number one that SEO won't fix in your marketing is a less than stellar idea. And the number two thing that SEO ain't gonna fix in your marketing is unclear messaging. Now, this is something that bless me, y'all. I have looked people in the eyeballs on Zoom calls and been like, sorry, not sorry, gonna shoot you straight. But here's the thing. If your messaging is unclear to me as a business coach, as an SEO consultant, your message is dang sure unclear to your ideal customer. Not because I'm that fancy, but because I am trying to understand what you're saying. And your ideal client, you have less than 5 seconds to capture their attention and answer their number one question, which is, can you help me solve my problem? So if your messaging is unclear, they gone. They are done, gone by, on to the next person that does what you do. And so if you go to explain what you do to somebody and they have a deer in the headlights look, it's too complicated. Your messaging is too complicated. I would 100% rather see just overly simple messaging that is crystal clear than to have some elaborately crafted, make your English teacher, your poetry teacher happy, elevator pitch. Like, nobody is judging your elevator pitch on its poetic qualities, right? Like, can you answer their question, their number one question, which is, can you solve my problem? Okay, if your messaging is unclear, no amount of SEO strategy, no amount of fancy social media posts is going to fix that. Your messaging, your above the fold on your website, everything about what you do needs to be crystal clear. And spoiler alert, not every line of copy, not everything you say has to be 100% unique. You do not have to reinvent the wheel in every section on everything that you post. You can say the same thing more than one time. It's okay. Just make sure that it is clear. Hey friend, I know you're trying to grow this business, but does it feel like it's not really going anywhere? Did you know that we can actually fix the back end of your business so that you have some great SEO? Did you know that we can repurpose your podcast or repurpose your blog and help you grow faster? Did you know that was even an option? If you're thinking, oh my goodness, Faith, that would be amazing, then head on over to faithhannon.com/coaching or click the link in the show notes. In just 1 hour of your time, we'll get you a marketing plan in a box with the exact keywords that you need to be going for, how and where to implement them, and at least 3 months of SEO-focused content planned out for you. Let's get your coaching call on the books right now and get your marketing strategy headed in the right direction. Spots are limited, so don't wait. And I cannot wait to help you finally get the breakthrough you've been waiting for and jumpstart your business dream back to life. Okay, and the number 3 thing, if it's busted in your marketing, SEO ain't gonna fix it, is too many messages. So my little girl has this thing that she sings, and I legit don't know if she picked it up on like a show or if she made it up. We do both around here. We make up a lot of songs, but she sings, "You can be more than one thing." And I'm like, baby, you are so cute, because, she's little and she wants to do all of the fun things, right? Like, me too, kid, me too. But yes, you as a person, you can be more than one thing, right? Like, you can be passionate about more than one thing. You can be a multi-passionate person, a multi-passionate entrepreneur, a multi-passionate mom. Like, you can be more than one thing, but you don't really get to be an expert in hashtag all of the things, especially in your digital marketing strategy, and especially starting out. And hi, been there, done that, like got the t-shirt, raising my hand, front of the line here. When I first, decided I was going to dive into business and go hard, I was like, oh, I can help people do this and this and this and this and this. And yes, I probably could, but if I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I can help you with your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your SEO, your website copy, your branding, your taxes, and your photos, like, that's a lot, right? Like, that's a lot of things to be an expert in. That's a lot of things to stay up on all of the current algorithms and current trends. Like, really? Are you really the best fit for all of those things? Probably not. I'm not. Okay? You can know all those things. You can be passionate about all of those things. But when it comes to your messaging, the more clear you are, baby, the more your customer is going to connect with you and remember you for what it is that you do. And again, been there, done that. Like, my very first blog, I was writing about hunting and natural health and spiritual disciplines and discipleship and music and worship, and God bless me, right? Like, I can still be passionate about all of those things, but I don't need to position myself as an expert in the business realm in all of those things, okay? And spoiler alert, trying to be an expert in all of the things actually hurts your SEO strategy, because Google is looking at little baby blogger Faith and is like, yeah, she's probably not a source of authority on hiking and hunting and natural health and business and Christian discipleship and like, and all the things that I love, right? And so to truly capitalize on SEO, you need to figure out what in the Sam Hill it is that you do and do that. Okay. Now, I get that maybe sometimes you have more than one existing business and you're trying to marry the two on one platform, and that building out a website is a pain in the tuchus and you're like, oh, I just want to put them on one website. But if your two ideas or your two businesses, they don't marry seamlessly, then please don't try to make them married on your website, okay? Because it's just confusing for your ideal client. It's confusing for, your messaging, and it's hurting your SEO, okay? Okay. Now, number 4, take a deep breath. I want you to know that I love you. I love you. I love you. But the number 4 thing that SEO just ain't gonna fix is busted branding. There's a quote from the Great McClintock movie where he says, I said what I said and I'll stand by it to the death. And that's kind of how I feel about this thing. Like, we are visual people, y'all. We are visual people. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we are visual people. And if you have the best business idea in the world, the best service, the best product, the best fill in the blank, but you have branding that looks like it was put together by a 5-year-old, or it was just slapped together, willy-nilly in Canva without any thought. If you have branding that looks busted, a light bulb goes off in people's little brains that says scam, 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 scam. Now, I know that a full-blown branding design strategist or branding design or whatever the correct term is, I know that full-blown branding is not cheap. I also know that photographers are not cheap. But you want to know what? I think they're both worth their money. And this is coming from somebody who has dabbled in photography. I've done some second shooting at weddings. I have a ton of friends, a ton of listeners that are photographers. I love photographers, but y'all, please pay for quality photography, because just from an SEO perspective and a website perspective and, a speed perspective and all those things with your website, it is always better to have to take a large file size image that is high quality and shrink her down than it is to have to take a crap iPhone photo, blow it up, and hope that it doesn't turn out grainy and crappy on your website. Spend the money, get the professional branding images. Maybe you got to do some trading. Maybe you have to sell half your liver. I don't know. But get professional branding done for your business. And while I absolutely love my branding gal that I've hired, if you want me to give you her info, I will gladly share her info. I know that is not in everybody's budget, but there are so many workarounds to give you at least a semi-customized palette, color palette and font package, that there really is no excuse. There really is no excuse. And please, please, please get professional photos. Get photos by somebody who has been in photography for more than 5 minutes, is not using their iPhone, bless it, and is going to give you high quality images. Okay. And number 5, y'all ready for this? Is self-focused messaging. I know, especially when you're trying to sell your services or sell your product, it's really easy to just get to talking about how amazing you are, how amazing your product is, how you're the best coach, you have this, approach, this deal, this experience, blah, 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 blah. But here's the deal, y'all. Your ideal client, the people reading your website, consuming your content, they are thinking about themselves. And to put it quite frankly, so are you. So am I. We are all thinking, is this going to help me? Is this going to solve my number one need? Is this going to solve my problem? Is this going to help me cook dinner tonight that doesn't suck? Okay, great. I'm buying it, right? Like, we all have a problem that we are looking for a solution to. And if you spend all of your time and energy talking about how great, grand, and glorious you are, then you're losing your person because you're not answering their very pressing number one question as it relates to what you do. Now, episode number 69, I give 5 free tips to write better website copy. But if y'all have $20 to go spend, I would 100% recommend Donald Miller's book, Building a Story Brand. Y'all, if I had $1 for every time I recommended this book, I'd have a lot of dollars. And probably would spend them on a barrel horse. It's fine. But it's a phenomenal book on messaging and just really getting to the heart of a clear branding or clear messaging strategy that speaks to your clients' number one need. So Building a Story Brand is that book. Please, for the love of all things holy, get rid of the self-focused messaging in your messaging, right? Your whole marketing strategy. And once you see it, once a light bulb goes off and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been having such self-focused messaging, you're going to see it everywhere and you're going to want to fix all of the things. And we're going to be besties because I'm going to be like, see, I told you, how amazing is it to make this change? So there you have it, folks. 5 things in your marketing that SEO won't fix, from your feeling a little extra salty pal, Faith. Number 1, a less than stellar idea. Your first idea is not always your best idea, and that's okay to hash it out, okay? It's okay to fix it. It's okay to fine-tune things. Number 2 is unclear messaging. If somebody who's actively trying to understand your messaging has a deer in the headlights look, it's too complicated. You need to simplify it. Number 3, too many messages. You can't be an expert in all of the things, especially on your website and your digital marketing strategy. So figure out what you do and do it really well. Number 4 is busted branding. Y'all, ain't nobody buying nothing if your branding is super busted, okay? I said what I said and I'll stand by it to the death. There's your McClintock quote. And number 5, self-focused messaging. Please, 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 for the good of your business and the love of all things holy, let's get the focus off of ourselves and our messaging and onto our ideal client and the problem that we solve as it pertains to their pressing number one need in our business. So I just pray that this blesses y'all, that you're able to take these tips given very much in love and very much from experience and hard-won battles and lots of students and lots of clients, and take these, use them to fix these things in your marketing so then you can really put the power of SEO to work for your business. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.